I'm Anne-Marie Huntington.
And I'm Doug Klain, and you're watching the DC Dispatch. For our first story, we sent reporters Alex Hager and Kylie Roberts to the heart of Washington, D.C. for an important interview. Here's Alex with the scoop.
Thanks. I'm Alex Hager here on Capitol Hill. We got an exclusive interview with David Carl, the press secretary for Vermont Senator Patrick Leahy. He sat down with our own Kylie Roberts to talk about his experience and the ins and outs of his high-profile job here in D.C.
We went to the Capitol's Russell Building and visited the office of Senator Patrick Leahy, a Democrat from Vermont. He's currently the most senior senator and is serving as President pro tempore of the Senate. His press secretary, David Carl, took the time to join us for an interview.
So, as press secretary, what are your duties?
I'm the interchange point between Senator Leahy and Senator Leahy's staff. I help reporters get the facts they're looking for when they call for information about legislation or Senator Leahy's bills or hearings he's holding. Keep him informed and the staff informed about new issues that suddenly come up.
And why did you think that this was the best job for you to do?
Well, I'm a generalist by nature. I majored in journalism and communications as an undergraduate. In graduate school, I was interested in becoming an urban affairs reporter. I was interested in knowing how things work, how government works. I always had an interest in public policy and making government work better. And so I took advantage of a lot of internships in both government and communications and press, and eventually moved more and more into the public policy press world.
What has been your biggest challenge in your years of being a press secretary?
One thing I like about this work is that being a generalist, it's an opportunity to learn something new every day and seeing the way government works from a variety of perspectives. The downside to that is that you can't really specialize in one particular thing and be an expert on any one thing.
Do you have any advice for other journalists, young journalists like us, or for the future?
I took advantage of every internship I could, and there were several of them. Once you proved yourself, you can grow into other positions. People will see what you could do and want to promote you into those positions. In my job, I've always considered credibility to be the main coin of the realm. That's credibility means everything to me and to Senator Leahy, who I work for, and being able to deal with reporters, have them trust what you say.
Do you have any advice on what not to do?
Don't hold out for your dream job.
Thanks, Kylie, for that excellent interview. Press Secretary Carl taught us a lot about what it's like to work in a highly influential public relations environment. He also gave some important lessons to future journalists like ourselves. From Capitol Hill, I'm Alex Hager with Kylie Roberts. Now back to you in the studio.
That is very interesting, especially the tips for aspiring journalists. Thanks, Alex and Kylie, for that great piece.
Every year, thousands of Americans visit the nation's capital over July 4th weekend to celebrate our nation's Independence Day. On July 3rd, Josh and Ezra went down to the National Mall to interview various Americans on basic information about our country. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Josh Millen.
And I'm Ezra Pine.
And we're here in the nation's capital on the day before the 4th of July.
Because this is such a patriotic holiday, we're going to ask people questions to show how patriotic they are.
Can you tell me how many stripes there are on the flag and what they represent?
I have no idea.
Okay. How about you?
I'm not sure either.
Okay.
The stripes should be 13. They should represent the original 13 colonies.
And there we go.
All right, who was the 16th president of the United States?
The 16th?
16th president of the United States, Abraham Lincoln.
Can any of you guys tell me which year the United States gained its independence?
1776?
That's right.
Do you know what the capital of Illinois is?
I used to know all my capitals. Hold on. Springfield.
Okay.
I'm a teacher. That would be so embarrassing.
Can you tell me the capital of Maryland?
Baltimore? No.
I don't remember.
Annapolis. Annapolis is the capital of Maryland. All right.
Oh, I have a favorite state. My favorite state is Puerto Rico.
All right, so name one of the 2 presidents who were impeached in America.
Impeached? I think it was Clinton.
Clinton, yep.
Yep, and then it was
Can you name
also, what is his name, that old guy that we all make fun of?
Can you tell me the capital of California?
It is,
I don't know.
Los Angeles. Sacramento.
There it is, Sacramento.
Okay, so do you know who the first 3 presidents of the United States were?
Washington, Adams, and Jefferson.
Very good.
Do you think we can go for the 4th? What do you think? Maybe?
I think that would be a negative.
I feel like we're going to go on like some
Jay Leno.
So it actually turns out the people of America are very smart.
Well, that's all from us here today. See you guys later.
Well, those were some entertaining answers. Looks like we need to hit the books, America.
I'd also like to point out that Puerto Rico is not a state, but we appreciate the honesty. Have you ever wanted to visit a country but ticket prices were just a little too high? Well, if so, the Smithsonian Folklife Festival can give you a taste of several foreign cultures. And we've prepared several stories examining this event in detail. Let's start off by taking a closer look at Kenyan culture.
Hi, I'm Lizzie Pachapsky, and we're here at the Folklife Festival. We're now interviewing different people about the culture of Kenya.
We have big ceremonies in our country. So we have been invited yearly to go and attend the ceremony at the national level.
The kanga is a cloth that carries a tremendous amount of meaning in the Kenyan culture. It's worn across East Africa. It's actually worn in many, many countries. It's actually worn in the Middle East, but its roots are actually on the East African coast of Lamu, Mombasa, and Zanzibar.
We serve dishes from the coast of Kenya. Mostly of the food are spiced with masala and all kinds of spices, which is a Kenyan donut, which is usually eaten in the morning with coffee or tea.
Hi, I'm Anaya Manning reporting here from the Smithsonian. We're at, I believe this is a jewelry spot. So we're here with 2 beautiful young ladies and they're gonna talk to us about how this is made and just the significance of their jewelry.
Okay. She's telling me those beads. Long time ago when they used to use beads, they was from trees, they made them from trees. But now those ones, they just actually buy them, like in the stores to make those. But before those, they used to make them from trees. They cut them from trees and they make them.
You've heard it here, folks. I'm Anaya Manning, and I'm reporting with Anna Patterson and Susanna Chemaquine, and we are at the Smithsonian Folklife Festival. Back to you.
Thank you, Lizzie and Anaya, for giving us that insight into some of the unique aspects of Kenya.
It's also so interesting to learn that the women are the ones who build the houses. They're definitely giving the men a run for their money. Many of the visitors at the festival come from across the country to learn about and represent various international cultures. Let's go to Izzy Clark to find out a bit more about the tourists' experiences at the festival.
Hi guys, I'm Izzy Clark and I'm here today at the Folklife Festival. As you can see, it's booming with tourism. So let's see who will talk to us and who will tell us about what they've learned regarding culture.
So the Chinese Ministry of Culture, in conjunction with the Smithsonian, when they were preparing all of the groups for this festival, were basically going out and seeking out different ensembles, performing groups to come and participate.
Many of the tourists agreed that it was the people that really made the festival.
What's your favorite cultural aspect of this festival? People?
Of course. She likes everything here, and everything is important, but she knows that the intangible cultural heritage is really important when it brings together, because of the way it brings together people.
Are you having fun? Yes! Well, ladies and gentlemen, I know I'm a little more cultured. Now, this is Izzy Clark at the Folklife Festival. Back to you at the studio.
You know, it looks like something that really shapes this festival is the people involved. Let's hope they weren't the only ones who learned something about other cultures.
Let's not forget about the artistic side of the festival. Shannon Nelson explored the music, fashion, and jewelry of both the Kenyan and Chinese cultures.
Hi, my name is Shannon Nelson, and today we're here in the National Mall in DC for the Smithsonian Folklife Festival, and today we will be discovering the cultural arts of Kenya and China.
On July 3rd, we visited the Kenya exhibit, where we learned a native dance, explored the Kenyan jewelry, and even had someone from our team have their hair styled in a traditional Kenyan braid.
I braid hair in Kenya, back from Kenya. This is our culture. We normally use this braid to braid people. And as in we have different occasions while we braid, like as in a wedding.
Then we moved to the rock art booth of the festival, where we met one of the native artists.
My name is Samson Mogendi Ongesa. I come from Kenya, in a place called Kisii.
He showed us his artwork, some of which included a pen holder and an elephant. These were inspired by natural occurrences. He is also deeply inspired by other forms of art, such as poetry and music. Finally, we got to take a look at the Chinese dancing, some beautiful cloth, and unique porcelain jewelry, and even got a chance to practice some Chinese calligraphy. This is the art of the Smithsonian Folklife Festival. Now back to you in the studio.
You think I could rock those braids, Anne-Marie?
I think you could pull them off.
Well, thank you, Shannon, for that cultural insight into the Chinese and Kenyan visual and performing arts.
Before we go to our next story, we wanted to let you know of a change coming to the broadcast journalism class here at Discover the World of Communication.
While you enjoy our next story that highlights food from across the world at the Folklife Festival, we're going to head over to the Media Innovation Lab in the newly renovated McKinley Building.
Hello, I'm Vera Sonde. I'm here at the Smithsonian Folklife Festival. Our Chinese food is being showcased in an entirely new way to Americans here. Let's go check it out.
The food at the China section was not like American Chinese food, but more traditional, like mapo tofu, which is a traditional spicy pork dish. They also taught people how to make sour beef soup. Unlike American Chinese food, traditional Chinese food uses much less sauce and values freshness.
So they don't actually use as much sauce or seasoning into it. They rather have the ingredients itself to bring out the flavor.
Not only is Chinese food being shown here, there's also a whole new different culture that many Americans don't know about. Kenya. Let's turn it over to Makaya.
Hello, I'm Makaya McCollum. There's actually two types of Kenyan food presented here today, upland and coastal style. Let's go check it out.
At certain booths in the festival, Kenyan natives showed how to make classic dishes from all around the country. Some of the Kenyan foods served include samosas, ugali, a type of cornmeal mash, along with spinach, beef, and fish.
Generally, we cook a lot with vegetables. We boil our food for a long time, but we also cook very simply. We don't over-exert too much on the food. Yeah, so the Smithsonian only happens to a country perhaps once in a lifetime.
Being able to share food, it's one of the easiest way for someone to understand another culture.
I'm Farah Sonde.
And I'm Makaya McCollum.
Now let's turn it back to the studio.
Well, here we are in the new Media Innovation Lab in the McKinley Building.
Built in 1906, it is the second largest building on campus. However, it has been completely redesigned and digitally equipped.
I'm enjoying taking in the features of this new building, but getting back to our broadcast, that last story about the food at the festival sure makes me hungry. Thank you, Farah and Makaya, for your report.
For our final story, we examine an area of the festival that likely strikes a chord with the average American family. I'm speaking, of course, about the kids. The Smithsonian Folklife Festival offers a wide variety of daily activities for family-oriented groups, such as singing and dancing, crafts, and even puppetry. Let's go to Tessa Moore for the particulars.
I'm Tessa Moore, and I'm here at the Smithsonian Folklife Festival, and we're going to interview some kids to see what they think of it.
Dancing?
Dancing and singing.
Singing.
My favorite part of DC is the festival.
My favorite part of DC, you get to see the shows. China. We're having a Chinese Sisters reunion, and all of us were born in China, and our parents adopted us at the same time.
We're all here to see cultured music.
We're here at the festival to learn some of the culture.
This is Gabby reporting from the Kenyan section of the festival. We're going to ask some more children around here what they think of the activities for kids, and maybe we'll catch a couple performances.
A lot of camps who come here for their trips, and they're really excited to see what kind of crafts we're doing. Today we're doing paper weaving, which is of different Kenyan animals, and they weave pieces of paper into it.
We're here at the Smithsonian Festival. We're having fun.
Bye!
It's been Gabby reporting on Kenya in the Folklife Festival. Back to you, Tessa.
Thanks, Gabby. As you can see, nothing can keep the kids from learning more about their culture and heritage. Whether it's dancing, music, arts and crafts, or puppetry, the kids are having a great time here at the Smithsonian Folklife Festival. Back to the studio.
Thank you, Tessa. It was quite a scene at the Folklife Festival. Kids learned about other cultures and heritages, as well as their own, but more importantly, had fun while doing it. I'm Doug Klain.
And I'm Anne-Marie Huntington.
And coming to you from the new Media Innovation Lab in the McKinley Building, we'd like to thank you for watching the DC Dispatch. I like it.
Yeah.
Good. Good job, guys.